I wake up, eat breakfast, put on my makeup, and drive to school. I force myself through 6 long hours within the confines of 4 beige walls. I wait for the bell. Finally, the sound of freedom flows into my ears. On to the next part of my day, conditioning, an opportunity to focus on something other than school. 1 hour has passed. It's over. Time to dive into the hours of schoolwork. Another break finally comes when my mom yells, "Ava! Dinner's ready!" But soon, that too is over, and it's back to work. My head finally hits the pillow well into the late hours of the night. Next day, the cycle repeats. It repeats again and again until I feel utterly trapped, as if I was in a revolving door. Sure, I have wonderful friends and a family who loves me unconditionally, but sometimes they're simply not enough to help me break the glass of this revolving door. Sometimes I need to escape my surroundings completely. Nature is that escape for me. My phone is down, there are no textbooks around. I'm able to look up, and when I do, I see what lays around me. The untouched, sheer beauty of nature. I'm instantly filled with the feelings of peace and serenity, feelings I must take advantage of. There was a specific moment that heightened my appreciation for nature. I was on the top of a mountain in Denali National Park. My family and I had just finished sprinkling my grandpa's ashes into the untamed wind. My mom mentioned that he had always wanted to visit Alaska. I guess this was the only way he could. With an ash-covered hand, I took off my sunglasses. I allowed myself to be fully present in that moment and treasure the unfiltered scene around me. The lush, vibrant vegetation spanned for miles across the rolling hills and steep mountains. The harsh wind swept across my face. The distant image of Denali was ingrained in my mind. In this moment, nothing else mattered. I was completely encapsulated by the beauty that surrounded me. I have always had a deep affinity for nature, but I don't think I truly understood what it meant to me until recently. But just as my appreciation has grown, my understanding of how threatened this natural beauty is has too. I used to believe that humans were just tiny specks on this vast planet we call Earth. And although that may be true to some degree, our collective actions have put us in an uncertain position, one in which we now have the power to determine the fate of life on this planet. From the very start of the Industrial Revolution until today, the desires to innovate, profit, and progress have been regarded more highly than the protection of the very space that allows such things to take place. Our actions have consequences that can't be reversed. I'm talking about the aggressive deforestation that takes place to provide resources and clear land for crops that will soon exhaust the very soil that they are rooted in. I'm talking about the habitat degradation that occurs for human benefit while we sit back and watch the demise of so many species. I'm talking about human-induced climate change. But what's done is done. There's no reversing the damage that's taken place. No amount of brain power or money will ever be able to remedy how we have so drastically changed the composition of our atmosphere. The only option now is to slow the process of climate change, but even these efforts may not be enough. We may be in a position where time is the chief decider. Soon, rising seas will wash away pristine landscapes, and high temperatures will diminish biodiversity. And sure enough, the pure beauty that exists in the world could vanish before our eyes. This threat scares me beyond words. The peaceful escape that nature gives to me is seriously threatened and could be gone during my lifetime. And not only could it be gone for my generation and I, it simply may not exist for those who come after us. So, whatever nature means to you, whether it allows you to escape, as it does for me, or whether you simply like looking at it, look around and be grateful for nature, because you may not realize what was once there until it's gone.